The Shahed 149, a large drone from Iran, represents a significant evolution in aerial warfare. It is not just another piece of military hardware, it is a strategic tool that is actively rewriting the rules of modern conflict. A single Shahed 149 can loiter over a target area for more than 24 hours, flying more than 2,000 kilometers from its launch point. This capability projects power deep into enemy territory without risking a pilot. The drone has become a prominent feature in several major international conflicts, most notably in the skies over Ukraine and across the volatile landscapes of the Middle East. Its presence signals a shift in how wars are fought. Advanced aerial strike capabilities are now accessible to a wider range of state and non-state actors. This essay explains its design, history, industrial base, combat use, and the challenges it poses for air defenses. The Shahed 149, also known in some contexts as the Gaza drone, it reflects Iran's growing sophistication in unmanned aerial vehicle technology. Its design is influenced by Western drones like the MQ-9 Reaper and the Hermes 450. It features a sleek, aerodynamic fuselage and a distinctive V-tail. Graphic diagram, V-tail. Graphic diagram, long wings for efficient medium-altitude flight. Graphic diagram, sensor pod. Graphic diagram, underwing hardpoints. A single rear-mounted propeller engine is relatively quiet, complicating ground detection. Its large airframe carries significant fuel, enabling long-endurance missions. As a mail drone, it performs long-duration intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, transmitting data back to distant ground control. The Shahed 149's development is the culmination of decades of focused effort to build a self-sufficient defense industry under sanctions. Entities like HISA and organizations linked to the IRGC anchor a wide network of factories and research centers. They produce a wide array of military hardware with particular emphasis on missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles. Iran's engineers reverse engineer recovered foreign systems and adapt designs using available components and techniques. The result, an effective system producible at scale within national borders. Self-sufficiency insulates production from international pressure. Production is dispersed across concealed, fortified, sometimes subterranean facilities, complicating foreign assessment. Iran produces significant quantities to equip its forces and export to allies and proxies. Exports extend Tehran's influence, field test systems in combat, and alter regional balances of power. This is a calculated geopolitical move with far-reaching implications. The war in Ukraine is a proving ground for the Shahed 149 and its variants. Russia has deployed Iranian-made drones, from Shahed 136 loitering munitions to the more advanced Shahed 149. With long endurance and meaningful payload, the Shahed 149 conducts deep reconnaissance and strikes. It identifies troop concentrations, logistics hubs, and critical infrastructure, then attacks or cues other weapons. Providing real-time targeting for cruise missiles and artillery amplifies effect. Persistent use supports an attrition strategy against energy networks, air defenses, and rear area bases. A single drone can loiter for hours, forcing high-cost intercepts and constant vigilance. Psychological impact is significant for both civilians and frontline troops. Defenders often spend far more per intercept than the cost of the drone, an unsustainable equation over time. Medium altitude profiles and small radar cross-section complicate detection and tracking. Waves from multiple directions and terrain masking aim to overwhelm air defenses. Before Ukraine, Shahed series drones were active across the Middle East. Iran systematically supplied proxies and allies with advanced drone technology. In Yemen, Houthis conducted long-range strikes on strategic targets in Saudi Arabia and the UAE, refineries, airports, infrastructure. In Syria and Iraq, mail drones provided persistent ISR and carried out targeted strikes, including near U.S. positions. Persistent eyes in the sky enable offensive planning and defense of key positions. Standoff precision lets militias contest control and project influence beyond front lines. Few locations are truly safe. Bases, shipping lanes, and population centers are within reach from undisclosed launch sites. States invest heavily in air defense amid a rising risk of miscalculation and wider conflict. For non-state actors, a long-range strategic strike arm changes the balance in asymmetric warfare. The spread of Shahed 149 class systems marks a major regional shift, still unfolding. Defending against the Shahed 149 is complex and multi-layered. There is no single silver bullet. Effective defense integrates early warning, electronic warfare, kinetic interceptors, and passive measures. Detection relies on networks of long-range radars, optical sensors, and acoustic detectors to spot threats early. Low radar cross-section and quiet engines, especially at low altitude with terrain masking, hinder detection. EW can jam satellite navigation, sever links, and force aborts or crashes, though anti-jam and inertial nav complicate this cat and mouse. High-end systems are effective but expensive, unsustainable for every drone. Cheaper guns and shoulder-fired missiles have shorter ranges and struggle at medium altitude. New counter-UAV tech, high-energy lasers and interceptor drones, is maturing. Best results come from layered radar, EW, mixed interceptors, and passive hardening. Still, many nations remain vulnerable to the cost and complexity. Strategic debates often overshadow the most profound impact, the human cost. For cities like Kiev, Odessa, and Erbil, that distant engine note signals fear. These weapons strike military targets, and too often critical civilian infrastructure. Each strike brings death, injury, and destruction. Even interceptions can rain debris. Daily life is disrupted by shelters, closures, and persistent anxiety. For soldiers, relentless surveillance and precise strikes create exhaustion and constant stress. Forces disperse and keep moving as command and control grow harder. Proliferation raises urgent questions of transfer rules and accountability for war crimes. New norms and treaties are needed to address production, sale, and use, before these weapons become ubiquitous.